What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hakamadi MC, and thank you for jumping into our time machine as we cover the Attitude Year Season 3. We've covered Season 1 and 2. You can definitely check those out in the archives. But today we are covering WWF SmackDown from June 22nd, 2000, live in Memphis, Tennessee. And this is the last stop before King of the Ring. Last week on Raw's War, we found out that Triple H will defend the WWF Championship, teaming up with Vince and Shane McMahon against a team of The Undertaker, Kane, and The Rock. If Kane, Rock, or Taker pin either Triple H, Shane, or Vince, they become WWF Champion. If The Rock's team loses, then Triple H will take on the winner of the King of the Ring at Fully Loaded. So the McMahon-Helmsley Faction come out, and they're not happy about Kane, The Rock, and Undertaker advancing to that title match. So Triple H grabs the mic and he says, just the thought of Kane, Undertaker, and especially The Rock being able to become champion by pinning you, Shane, or Dad, it makes me want to puke. Their chance at being champion is remote at best. Their egos won't allow the other to win. I have all the confidence in the world in us. We all trust each other, something they don't have. You all can trust in the fact that when it is over, I will still be the game and WWF champion. This title is the most important thing in my life. Then Vince grabs the mic. Vince says, the most important thing in life is not money, titles, health, or happiness. The most important thing is family. I have set rigid home family values. It's cost me a lot to instill these family values in you, Shane and Stephanie. Sometimes I'd have to rule with an iron fist. But the most important family value is love. One must love a meddlesome shrew wife to forgive her, a non-respectful son-in-law, one's doubting own son or daughter. You must put forward challenges for them with supreme confidence that they will succeed. Tonight, all three of us will compete in a six-man match against The Undertaker, Kane, and The Rock. Shane walks off pissed along with Triple H and Stephanie. Shane tries to leave, but Triple H makes him stay. So Vince is just going crazy here. We don't know why he would make this six-man match ahead of their King of the Ring match, but this is what's happening, and the McMahon-Helmsley faction is not happy about this. Our first match of the night, we have Lita and the Hardy Boyz taking on the team of Trish Stratus and T&A, and this is the first time Lita and Trish are going to go at it. They have a long rivalry that spans many years, but the end comes after Albert hits a two-handed choke slam to Lita and then puts Trish Stratus on top of Lita, and Trish Stratus and T&A get the victory here over Lita and the Hardy Boyz, with some help of Albert attacking Lita, though. Gerald Brisco is looking for Patterson backstage. Patterson is the new hardcore champion, so Brisco wants to find that title and Patterson. Edge and Christian come out dressed like Elvis. Christian says he's the fat Elvis, and Edge is the really fat Elvis. They do their 5-second pose, and we see Christian taking on WWF Tag Team Champion Grandmaster Sexay here. Edge grabs the ring bell and spears Grandmaster Sexay, but Sky Trotty hits Christian with the ring bell, and Grandmaster Sexay gets the win, and Too Cool is able to stop the cheating Edge and Christian here. Next up, we have WWF European Champion Eddie Guerrero with Chyna defending against the Big Boss Man. Chyna distracts Big Boss Man and trips him, and then Big Boss Man shoves the referee and hits Chyna. Val Venus hits Eddie Guerrero with a nightstick from behind, but then Chyna hits Big Boss Man in the back with the European title, which gives Big Boss Man the DQ victory, but Eddie gets the hold on to that European champion and move on to the King of the Ring. The Cat is seen in her dressing room getting backstage ready for her mixed tag match, and we see someone who is Pat Patterson dressed up in drag. He's got a blonde big wig, and he's wearing a red dress, and clearly Patterson is trying to hide from Brisco back here. Kurt Angle is backstage, and he shows the WWF magazine with himself on the cover of it to Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley. She wishes him good luck in the King of the Ring, and he says he can't wait to win and defeat her husband. So Stephanie has a little love triangle here going on with Angle and Triple H, and we'll see what happens down the line. We have WWF Intercontinental Champion Chris Benoit defending against Rikishi here. Benoit misses a flying headbutt. Rikishi's able to land a Samoan drop, a belly-to-belly, and a bonsai drop, and Rikishi is the new WWF Intercontinental Champion. A surprise win here on SmackDown heading into the King of the Ring after Too Cool and Rikishi dance, but then Chris Benoit attacks Too Cool with steel chair shots, and then Benoit nails Rikishi in the head with a chair and applies the crossface. So Rikishi is the Intercontinental Champion, but he leaves SmackDown looking like a loser after that attack. We then have Hardcore Holly taking on Chris Jericho next. Stephanie runs down and hits Chris Jericho in the back of the head with the WWF Women's Championship for a 2 count. Jericho is able to land the Lion Saw to Hardcore Holly. He outsmarts Stephanie and Holly here in this match, and Jericho moves on to the King of the Ring. Next, we have the Kat and Taka Michinoku taking on Terri and the WWF Light Heavyweight Champion Dean Malenko. Before the match can start, Malenko suplexes Taka on the ramp, and Taka is out of the match. Terri and Dean mock the Kat, saying it's 2 against 1. But then Jerry the King Lawler, they're live in Memphis, Tennessee. So Jerry stands up and he gets in the corner of the Kat, and the crowd is going nuts for the King here. Lawler clotheslines Dean Malenko, lands a suplex, and then the Kat rolls up Terri, and the Kat and Jerry the King Lawler get the victory. After Dean attacks the King, Terri gives the King a Bronco Buster. Kat tosses Terri from the ring, and King just smiles after taking that move from Terri Runnels. Good to see the King, though, in his home state, getting a huge welcome there, and he's teaming with his wife, so fun stuff there. We see Howard Finkel telling Gerald Brisco that Pat Patterson is in the ladies' room, dressed up as a lady. We then see D-Von Dudley with Bubba Ray Dudley taking on Road Dogg with X-Pac and Tori. Before the match, Road Dogg calls he and X-Pac the kings of the dumpsters and the tables. D-Von hits a reverse DDT. We see X-Pac hit an X-Factor to D-Von, and Road Dogg gets the victory after cheating from the outside from Road Dogg. After DX attack Dudleyz, Bubba grabs Tori, but Road Dogg breaks a 2x4 over Bubba's back, and Bubba then ends up punching ring announcer Tony Chimel and landing a 3D to Tony through a table. We will see the Dudleys versus DX and Tori in a handicap tables dumpsters match at the pay-per-view, and maybe finally Bubba will be able to get his hands on Tori. Brisco is dressed in drag, and he comes into the ladies' room and he attacks Pat Patterson. They fight on the ground. Vince McMahon walks by them confused. He says, "What's going on here?" And he books a special WWF Hardcore Championship evening gown match between Pat Patterson and Gerald Brisco for King of the Ring. And this is going to be some silly, stupid stuff that the Attitude Era is definitely known for. And we've made it to our main event, SmackDown here. Vince, Shane, and WWF Champion Triple H with Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley are taking on a team of Kane, The Rock, and The Undertaker. But Vince says this is actually a gauntlet match. You're going to have to take on teams before you face us and no DQ. So that's when DX and Bull Buchanan run out, but they get destroyed by Taker, Kane, and The Rock. Kurt Angle, Edge, and Christian run out, and they get beat as well. That's when Val and T&A come out, but they also get attacked. Triple H clotheslines The Rock. T&A land a double suplex that came through the announce table. Triple H lands a pedigree to The Rock. Shane hits a flying elbow, and Vince delivers a people's elbow and makes Earl Hebner count the 3 count. So the McMahon-Helmsley faction get the win here, but they embarrass The Rock, Kane, and The Undertaker, and they definitely are going to get theirs at King of the Ring. Thank you for checking out this recap of SmackDown from June 22nd, 2000. Our next recap will be King of the Ring. We'll be going over the top 10 movies and music from the month of June 2000, and we'll be covering July very shortly. We've got recaps of Raw, SmackDown. We also have the recap of NXT Vengeance Day, as well as the recap for AEW Grand Slam Australia. So make sure you subscribe, like, hit the notification bell for new content. Leave a comment. What did you think of this episode of SmackDown? Who do you think is going to leave King of the Ring WWF Champion? Let me know. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.